Hi, everybody. Angel here. Hope you guys are doing great wherever you are in the world. And I'm super happy to be speaking with Ivana today of Angry Broccoli Recipes. So we will get started momentarily. And I am just looking for some filters. Hi there.
Hey,
How are
just
you?
fix my camera a little bit. I forgot it's
Yeah,
gonna cut the screen in half.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm just trying to find some nice filters, but they are not showing up today. So,
Oh,
ooh, ooh,
that's a
ooh.
fun.
Yeah, no, 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 no. I apologize. So, first of all, let me pin our topics below just to kind of keep me on track here. And I want to say hi to everybody who's joining and thanks so much for taking the time. I know everybody's super busy. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to you. But I first order of business is I need to get the correct pronunciation of your name.
Ivana.
Ivana. All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to go with that. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
for having me.
thank you. And I want to just invite everyone who is joining to please put your questions and comments down below for Ivana, and she'll be happy to answer. And while we wait for questions and comments, we can just jump right in and get started because we have a lot of topics to cover.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So, my first question for you, please, is if you could share with us your vegan journey, how you started, and how you ended up to where you are today.
All right. So first, actually, I did not know anything about veganism. Like honestly, I have no friends who never eat meat and stuff like that. And I was just sitting on Netflix and just scrolling, different movies and stuff. And I love different documentaries. And I, by accident, started watching What the Health documentary. I had no idea what it's about.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah. So basically, after that documentary, it impressed me so much. I was in shock, honestly. And I grew up in Ukraine, a little rancho. We did grow our own food. We did grow our own animals, and obviously we would eat them after all. But we never treat them that way. And the way they treated animals here, it honestly put me in shock. Like I literally could not eat a piece of meat the next day. Like I feel like my throat just like blocked, and I can't do this anymore. Like it literally hit me like it was pretty big change overnight. Overnight, I
Yeah.
gave up eating meat. Yeah.
That is awesome. You're the second person I've heard today this story that just like that, the next morning they're like, okay, no, 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 I have to go vegan. So, and some people tell me, yeah, it's that same day they just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's like something glitched in my head. Like literally, I could not do it anymore. But I turned vegetarian. Didn't go vegan all the way, and I was still doing dairy. It has its challenges. And then, like, what about 3 months or so? I was going with my friend to the coffee shop, and I was waiting for her. So I was like scrolling the internet, and I came across this video called "Dairy is F Scary." Again,
Oh
same happened
yeah.
to me. I was again in shock. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not gonna do this anymore.
No, but see, you are proving to the world that there's so much information that's hidden from us. And when we see it, we're like, no way, that can't be true. How come nobody ever told me that? And then all of a sudden you're like, well, yeah, it is true.
It is shocking. It is shocking. Yeah, like it has. Ooh, I spilled my tea.
Oops.
Like seriously, like they do not tell us anything, and that there's a reason why all those farms are hidden so far away. And then, it's really interesting. Like sometimes when people tell me like, oh yeah, but it's natural, and stuff like that. So I love to say it. Okay, if that's natural, let me show it to your child how that milk and that meat is produced. They never want to see it. They never want to show it to their child. So if it's not natural, that's cruel. Why do you say that it's normal?
I really love that example because that really hits like straight to the heart, you know? And like you say, if it has to be hidden, then there's obviously something wrong with it.
Yeah. We don't know
Yeah.
how we grow carrots, you know.
No, no, exactly. I just bought some carrots today, actually.
Nice.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey because you know I mean I think it's also just a testament to how powerful these documentaries are and how important these documentaries are because and what you know one of my wishes is that these documentaries would be like in the main movie theaters and cinemas all around the world, just like you know when the big famous you know movies come out, right? Like that would just for me that would just be like
Yeah.
awesome that it would reach the
Yeah.
mainstream.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I was talking to my friend, and when the documentary Game Changers come out, they show it back in Ukraine. They show it in a theater. I was really surprised.
I
Like,
am too.
yeah,
Wow. Well, kudos to the Ukraine because that's what we need. That's exactly what we need. You know, we need it to be out in the open.
yeah.
So that is awesome. I just want to say hi to everybody who's joining. Thanks so much for joining us today. And please put your questions and comments down below for Ivana, and she'll be happy to answer. And while we wait, let's go to our next question, which is angry broccoli recipes. So, if you would share with us how you chose the name, when and why you decided to create this whole theme, I guess, with that name.
So the name kind of came to us like I don't know in 2 seconds. we had
Amazing.
we had prepped some nice names, and honestly I don't even remember those anymore. But we had prepped some nice names with my husband, and we tried to like type it to see if those channels are free. They open, we can use that name. But all of them were taken. So we're like, okay, what should we do? And I come up with this idea like in a second, like, oh, let's call Angry Broccoli. And we start joking around, like nobody likes broccoli and is really upset about it. Nobody wants to eat it. So we started as a joke, and then we're like, you know what? Let's try it actually. So we type it in. It was free. So like, okay, let's do it. Let's use this name.
No, but it's such a unique name, and it just really makes you wonder, well, gosh, why angry broccoli? Like why is that, right?
Yeah, a lot of people actually ask me that, and actually I guess that worked because a lot of people are curious because of the name, like you mentioned.
Totally, totally. And because I'm not trying to say that other names are boring, but like, for example, my page name is just so regular. It's just like, words that you would just have in a regular sentence. But your name is so unique, and just the juxtaposition of, the word angry and then a vegetable. It's like, what is that? So that was really brilliant of you guys. Oh, we have Ella's Tasty World saying, I love broccoli. Great name, though. I agree. Well, please keep your questions and comments coming for Ivana, and she'll be happy to answer.
I will.
And while we wait for more questions, tell me, please, the inspiration behind your recipes. I caught a little bit of your live the other day when you were cooking up some yummy food. And I've seen that you have other, videos with your recipes that you're sharing with everyone. So what is the inspiration behind your recipes?
I like to cook really fast recipes because, we're all busy. We don't really have time. And even though I love spending a lot of time in the kitchen, I love experimenting and cooking, but I don't always, have that time, available. So that's kind of what I like to do. I like to cook super fast recipes, super easy. Like the perfect one will be under 20 minutes, I don't like 2 hours, in the kitchen making dinner. And I wish I could, but unfortunately, no, real life, and we all have responsibilities. We're all busy, so that's kind of my my ideal recipe. It has to be fast. It has to be delicious. that's basically it. No hassle.
Yes. Someone had asked when I posted the flyer for our chat today. Someone had asked if there was going to be like a live demo, and I was like, well, we didn't really discuss that, but I know she has some awesome recipes on her IGTV channel. So everyone, please go check out Ivana's IGTV and find those other videos there as well.
We do have a lot of recipes, and hey, maybe like in a month or two we can do another live when we are going to be cooking.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So please keep your questions and comments coming below. We have a hello, we have a hi everyone, hi there. All right. So let's go to our next question, which is your awesome photography. When I saw your page, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like there's like a professional photography studio going on here. I mean, with the lighting and the positioning of your elements and everything. So tell us a bit about the photography in your on your page, please.
Well, thank you so much. So all the photography, my husband does all the photography. We run the channel together. He does all the pictures and videography. I'm more like an assistant. I just making food look pretty and like, oh, do you need this spoon? Do you need this plate? And help him
awesome.
Yeah, but he does all the pictures. And yeah, when we started the channel, none of us knew how to use a camera. We actually started using our phone at first to take pictures, to film the videos, and we're like, oh, it looks so pretty, But then we realized, we have to get better. So we started learning. My husband actually, all that he learned, it was like in the past 2 years, and thanks to Google, not Google, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is a really great source right now. So yeah, basically all we learned, it was from there, and just practice. Honestly, we do take in a lot of pictures, like maybe 3-5 pictures a week. I mean, it really depends, but just practice a little below. We start getting all this equipment, fancy lights, and my husband loves, he's a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to pictures, so everything has to look purchased. He's like, oh, let's get this one, let's get this one, and I need this one. So yeah, it started like a little hobby, and now our apartment looks like a studio. Everything is like in lights and everything. Yeah.
Yes, and I if anyone has not seen Ivana's page and her stories and kind of the behind the scenes views, it was so cool, like to see how all the setup in your home, and then in one of your posts, your husband was asking the crowd, right, the audience, well, what do you guys want to see? And, should I do this? Should I do that? And I thought, well, that's really cool. Like you guys are so into it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think my husband gets really into the photography, and we actually thinking now of changing the profession. That maybe he should be a professional photographer now.
He is really good. I mean,
I
honestly, I was just blown away by the photos. They're just so, you know what they remind me of? I love museums. I love art. And they remind me of like paintings that I have seen in real museums. I'm serious. Like, the still life photos, and, it's like, wow, like they're just the lighting and everything, the positioning. They look like works of art to me personally.
I love his photography. I think he's doing a really good job. And he is actually kind of an artist. He never really worked that through, but he plays several musical instruments. He draws. He did it a lot. Like, I have zero, art in me. Like, I don't understand.
You're a chef. What do you mean? You're creating all these amazing,
beautiful food here.
Food. Yes. Well, that's art in and of itself. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does an amazing job, and we are thinking to start doing like a little channel for him, so when he can share all his knowledge, what he learned, and all those details about photography. Yeah.
Yes, because like you were saying that you guys learn so much from YouTube. I mean, you guys can teach other people on YouTube how to do it. I am one of those people who is constantly looking for how to do such and such, And so personally, I would really encourage you guys to give it a try, because there's always somebody looking for that. And obviously photography is something that all of us are doing, even if we're just walking outside and it's a pretty day, or even if it's like a horrible day, we're just like obsessed with our phones anyway,
It's true. Yeah.
So we have some
amazing job, but he's like, oh no, maybe I'm not good, and I don't know how to do this one.
No,
I'm like, that's okay. You can still learn. You don't have to know everything. It's your journey, just showcase your journey.
Totally. We have some comments here. We have Alge67. I've tried some of her recipes and they're so yummy.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. We have lots of highs from Planet Fitness. Hi, Tom. We have Alex Borreco. Tell her we need a better lens, though. Now, do you know this
That's my
person?
husband.
I figured this must be him because only he would say something like that, right?
Oh yeah.
I love it. And we have Ella's Tasty World. Love their photos and epic videography. I agree. I agree. So we have a question from Al67. What inspires you? Is there a favorite vegetable you like cooking with?
You know, I'm obsessed about cooking, so I don't think there is anything like specific that inspires me. Since I remember, I always like cooking. I think like 90% of my books are cooking books. I watch all the shows on Netflix, everything was about the cooking, you know. So I don't know, it relaxes me. Like it's kind of my way of meditation, I guess, because whenever I cook, I forget about everything, you know, what's going on. I just like focus and like just thinking how to make this dish, you know, delicious. So that's it, I guess. That's just my way of relaxation. And the favorite vegetable, I don't really know. I don't think I have like a favorite vegetable because I cook pretty much with everything and I love to explore. Whenever I go to the store, I'm like, okay, this looks weird. I never tried it. I have to have it. And then I just like Google it, you know, like, okay, what can I do with that? I do a lot of experiments.
I love it. But you know, I mean that and what I love about your strategy too and your approach is that you get such a wide variety that way because you know you're like, hey, what's in season now? Hey, what's that? What's this? You know, and you're very curious. So to me, that makes it, first of all, you know, great for all the nutrients, all the colors, but it just makes it more interesting and exciting too.
Yeah, and there is so many interesting ingredients. It's kind of insane, you know. And especially when we used to live in San Diego, we have this huge Korean store and it was my favorite store. Like because they have so many like ingredients I'm not familiar with, so I always bring like I have the card like some weird weird ingredients and try to figure it out what to do with those.
Yeah, and then you know every cuisine, every culture has like different spices too and herbs, and it's like, and the flavors are just like totally different from what
Yeah.
we might be used to, you know, wherever we're living. So I think that's really awesome that you're very adventurous.
And yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned spices because you know a lot of people say like if they don't cook meat they cannot eat their native food, but it's not really ingredients, it's the spices that give you that flavor, you know. So it's so easy to mimic pretty much anything with those spices.
I agree with you. And you know, I have realized recently that a lot of people who eat like animal flesh, what we call meat, a lot of people cover it up with spices and herbs and so in my mind they're not really eating the animal flesh, they're really eating the plants, right, the herbs and spices that they're pouring on it, you know. So it's like, well, you don't need to eat that then. Just go eat some vegetables and fruits or something. You know?
Yeah, because if you're gonna cook the meat like without zero spices, you know, they're probably not gonna eat it. They're not gonna want to eat it anymore.
Exactly. We have Kevin Luna. Hi, Kevin, who's saying all spices are vegan. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. This is the thing, right? Like omnivores are eating, you know, lots of plants already, and that's what's giving it the flavor, you know, and in some cases, you know, lots of different nutrients as well.
yeah.
Yeah, we have Al67 saying love spices. Me too. Me too. Awesome. Well, keep your questions and comments coming, please, in the comments for Yvonne, and she'll be happy to answer. While we wait, let's go to your YouTube channel. So tell us a bit, please, about what's happening on your YouTube channel.
So originally, when we opened our channel, we focused more on YouTube. Our Instagram was just to showcase our pictures and more kind of to get more followers and kind of point them to YouTube. So we use that as our I don't know how to say, like picture gallery or something. Yeah, but Alex really was obsessed about YouTube because he's a really YouTube guy. I don't really like YouTube, to be honest. I mean, I think it's a gorgeous platform. It's just not my thing. I don't really like watching different videos. For me, it's easier to read or, to look at the pictures. But he
Okay.
likes like a, video style. So first we started with YouTube, and we put all of our energy there. But then as I got more involved with Instagram, more involved with marketing, I started learning marketing a little bit, or like lately. Well, since Corona, I guess it's been a year now. Yeah. So I started getting involved more with Instagram now. But we still support our YouTube channel, and we actually recently got quite big followers, which was really nice, really exciting. Yeah, we made a couple of videos that they went kind of viral, not like crazy viral, but we got like 100,000 views.
Amazing. Well, I gotta check. I have to check you. I have to check out your channel. I will be subscribing today.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same recipes there, but I do want to get more involved because I know they have a couple more new features there. So I kind of need to learn more what I can do for it, because I kind of get really into Instagram and I kind of like forget about YouTube. But
Yeah.
regularly there.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, YouTube is like a new frontier for me. It's kind of a little bit like a mystery. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and he's also trying out lots of stuff on YouTube. But to me, it's such a new adventure. So I say hats off to you guys, you know. We have some comments here. So Kevin Luna is saying, I use 10 spices in just my rice. I hear you, Kevin.
Nice. That's impressive.
I hear you, Kevin. It's true. And then we have a question for Al67. Are you planning collaborations with other cooks?
Well, I'm just starting, so this is my second collaboration, actually. Yeah, I had another one with Priya from Spices and Spoons.
Oh,
yeah, like about 2 weeks ago or so. For me, it's kind of new territory, and I have camera fear and public speaking fear. And I was really nervous and worried, how it's all gonna work. It took me a while to get to this point, but I finally like, okay, I have to do it. So this is my second collaboration. Hopefully we'll do more.
yes.
I'm trying.
No, but there's no need to be, shy or anything. I mean, you're so good in the kitchen. I think like if you're just yourself, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
it's like, no, you understand here, but then we got terrified.
I know. Even I get a tiny bit nervous before I start a live, and I'm like, okay, do I have my headsets? Okay, let me put on my sweatshirt. Okay, let me make sure everything is good. Okay, and then I get on here, and things may or may not go as planned. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really worry about it anymore.
That's good. I need to get that confidence.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it.
Oh, it's a breeze. Don't worry. Please keep your questions and comments coming down below for Ivana. So meanwhile, let's go to our next topic. So our next topic is naysayers and critics of our vegan diet and lifestyle. How do you handle those situations?
I try to be super patient with those people, even when it's standard question, where do you get your protein? Sometimes you just want to scream.
That is the worst question ever.
I know. But I think it's really important, to stay calm and answer, as clear as possible and as nice as possible, because that's good that they are interested in, and you might change some people's mind. It's like, I was the same, a few years ago before I started my vegan journey. And because nobody ever talked to me about that, I had no idea what's going on. And maybe that's why it took me so long, maybe if I knew, if somebody talked to me about it, or I had some questions, maybe it would happen sooner, who knows? So, I like to be like super patient, explain people how as much as possible, give them some recommendations to, like what documentaries are nice to watch, what some books. And yeah, I think like it can be tough, but just be patient and explain as much as you can.
Yeah, no, I agree. Al67 says, a yummy vegan, you keep the conversation so dynamic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that there, Al67.
For sure.
Thank you. And then Sydney Marie Swag says, people in my circle just don't see the need to be vegan.
Yeah, Yeah, I understand that. There's nothing you can do. You cannot change the world, our world. You just have to kind of accept that. Just show them by your example. I had a lot of people coming forward to me like, oh, you feel so healthy. You look so healthy. Like you feel so much better than like you used to and stuff like that. And you have so much energy. How do you do that? So I actually think like about five or six people turned vegan, and I never pushed anything on them. I just like share some of my experience. And they have questions. I was telling them. Sometimes I bring some food to work. They try the food. And like little by little, because when I start kind of forcing your views, people become defensive right away, and they put that shield, and they don't want to hear anything else anymore, so that's my at least approach. Maybe for some people it works, but that's my approach, show by example. And there always will be like haters and people who you can't do anything with those people. That's how it works.
No, I love that you're like leading by example, you're living by example, but also I think too that you are planting seeds.
Yes.
So it may not grow, into, a plant right away. And someone gave an amazing example the other day, and they said something like, some fruits, for example, take like 6 months to produce when you plant the seed to produce a fruit, and others take like 2 years, to grow and produce a fruit. And I thought, well, that is such a cool, example, because it's
Yeah.
true. Like some people have to hear it over and over and over again for it to click, right? And other people are like, you say, no, 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 no. Okay, I need to do something here.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, example is just a little seeds.
I agree. I agree. Thank you. So let's go to newbies, vegan curious, vegan friendly people who show up and say, hey, I'm thinking about trying this vegan thing, but I don't really know what to do. What do you say to them?
I would definitely say to educate yourself on the matter. I see a lot of comments in internet when say like, oh, this guy like asked me, where do you get your protein? I don't know what to answer. I get like really freaked out. What am I gonna die and stuff like that? What should I tell him? And that's why always feel like to tell people like educate yourself, not only so you knew what to tell those people, but for yourself, so you knew how it's affecting your health, how you're affecting our planet with your choice, how your choice affecting the animals. Educate yourself. It's really, really important, and it's going to help you to keep going more, because the more you learn, you just like, okay, I can never go back. The more facts you learn, it just kind of insane, just push you more and more forward. So I feel like that's really important. Watch videos, watch documentaries, read books, follow some vegan influencers. I mean, there's so many resources. So I feel like that's priority number one.
Yes. Now, you're not plugging your book, but I'm going to plug your book. So you just came out with a vegan beginner's guide.
Yes.
So tell everybody about your beginner's guide, please.
So yes, I just come up with that like about 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and it's more kind of like how if you're interested about the vegan journey, how to do this. And I really put forward, and I really I focus on the idea how to do it step by step, because I believe it's really tough for people to do it overnight. Like I struggled, even though I feel like my mentality changed overnight, but I still struggled. It was incredibly hard. And it was easier for me too, because I didn't eat that much meat in the beginning. But I know a lot of people have meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's true.
Yeah, and like just think about it. Like when you try, diet, you try to lose some weight. I don't know how about you, but for me, it usually takes 2-3 days. Like, okay, that's it, I give up.
I love it.
But that's I feel like a lot of people do that. So I feel like to have this, 100% result, you need to do it step by step. That's just my approach, and I think that's going to help to be vegan for sure, to be vegan for sure.
Yeah.
So that's about that. Yeah. And I also focus a lot on environmental, because I think that's also one of the reasons, and especially the plastic pollution. It hurts me to see so much plastic in our world, and I see a lot of vegan bloggers, like they have a lot of plastic in their life. And it affects animals too. It affects our wildlife. So I feel like if you're a vegan, you have to be responsible, for all that pollution you create. So I focus on that a lot too.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting like a chill just hearing you say that because the other day where I live there are seagulls. There are other birds too, but
Mhm.
seagulls, and they're so intelligent. And they can actually like open a plastic bag that a human like left on the ground on the
Mhm.
sidewalk, and they pick it open, and then they go in there, and like I don't know, let's say some French fries were in there or whatever. They'll like find the French fries in there, and I mean they're just incredible. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like these poor birds are like ingesting plastic because we as humans left the plastic
Yeah.
there, and that's not even the only example, but like I see plastic left all over, like in the river and things like that. So it's definitely,
Yeah.
detrimental to like you say, to non-human animals as well.
Yeah, it's horrible that the amount of animals of like I see animals dying from plastic pollution. I don't remember the exact numbers right now, but it's insane, and it's really painful. When I go to the store and I see a person grabbing one apple and putting it in a plastic bag, I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? It's I can't.
No, I agree. We have a comment here from Sydney Marie Swag saying, I stopped eating meat in August 2020, and I haven't noticed a difference in my body.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Did you give up eating only meat or all entire animal products? All the animal products, because that's going to be a huge difference. Yeah.
I agree, Sydney Marie Swag. And also, I mean, and I don't know what your goals are, Sydney, but if you're not reaching your goals on your own, you might want to reach out to like a vegan coach, a plant-based coach, who can like give you some guidance, because there may be something that you could tweak a little bit. Again, I don't know. Now that's only been about what, 6 months.
Yeah.
So I don't really know exactly again what your goals are, what else you're changing in your life, etc. And if you need any, pointers on different vegan coaches or plant-based coaches, by all means, just message me, or I don't know if Ivana is open to that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I see. She said that she's still eating cheese. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yeah,
Cheese is
that's
probably one of the
problematic.
worst animal products there. Yeah, and as Angela mentioned before, like it depends what your goal is. Yeah, and if you want to lose weight, I mean, it's not healthy to lose like 20 pounds in a week. It will be gradually. So it really depends what your goal is, and maybe you should do a checkup with a doctor. You never know. Even though I feel like vegan lifestyle, vegan diet is incredibly healthy, it can be healthy, not always, but it can be.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
But it's still not the answer to all the problems. Who knows what's going on, and maybe you should go to your doctor and do the full checkup.
Yeah, and I want to make a comment here, Sydney. Thanks for pointing out this other comment below here, Ivana, that she still eats cheese. Cheese is very addictive because it has casein, and that's very, very, very addictive to humans. I don't want to go into all of that during this conversation, but if you do an internet search on casein or cheese, addictive, just put like cheese addiction or something, you'll find all the information there. And I just want to, invite you to try some vegan plant-based cheeses. There are lots of different really yummy options out there now. If you can eat nuts, there are loads of nut cheeses. If you can eat seeds, there are loads of seed cheeses. The reason I say if you can is because some people do have like nut allergies. And so there are really like a whole array of different vegan options out there for cheeses. Oh, Ella's Tasty World says, love Violife brand. I've heard a lot about
It's
Violife. Yeah.
really good. It's really good. I actually have back in my fridge right now. Yeah.
Awesome.
But,
So that,
it is true. Like Angel said, there are so many amazing vegan cheese substitute right now. Back even when I started, there wasn't as much as there is right now, and it might take you a little bit, to get used to the flavor. It is not amazing. I'm not gonna lie, but it is pretty good, especially when you like when I just started the vegan journey, I tried this cream cheese from Trader Joe. I was like, oh, I mean, that's okay. It's not great, but I guess it's doable. But half year later, like, oh my goodness, this is the best cream cheese ever, you know, because you forget in that flavor, you don't remember it anymore. And actually it turns, you know, it turns pretty good. So it might take a little bit, you know, to find that cheese that works for you. But honestly, right now they're doing such a great cheeses. Like Ella mentioned, Life is amazing. I have cheddar in my fridge, and it melts so well, so well. And they're also feta. Their feta is amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So Sydney says, I will have to start trying some. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Sydney. And you know, like Yvonne is saying, like, even if you try one, you're like, ugh, this is horrible. Like, you could just keep trying different ones and see which one suits your palate, because it might just be that kind of nut or seed that you don't like, some ingredients or spices they might have put in there, and you're like, ooh, that's weird, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, there's just so much out there to experiment with now, and there's so many plant-based vegan options.
So many, seriously. Yeah, like right now I'm living in a small city in Kentucky, and I was really worried that there are not going to be that many options. But I go to a regular store, and there's like, I don't know, 20, 50, you know, different vegan options for me. It's like, you know, it's expanding so well, and it makes me so happy because there's so many great substitutes. You know, it's so much easier for new vegans now. It's kind of insane how much options we have now.
And honestly, like on a regular basis, I see new products coming out. Seriously. So it's really booming. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And just want to mention also milk. We just found this Oatly brand, Oat Milk. It's amazing. Like we're making coffee with it. My husband makes coffee, and we tried probably like 20 different milks before.
Wow.
But yeah, it took us a while, but it's amazing. So I highly recommend to try that brand.
Yeah, and you know, I love oat milk in general for like cappuccinos and lattes where you want a little bit of foam and froth on it. Besides the flavor is really nice too. And it's, you know, you have really good nutrients in it, but I like the way it just foams a little bit too.
It foams perfectly. I'm so glad you mentioned, because we just got a fancy coffee machine. Alex really likes coffee, and it foams perfectly. Like you mentioned, it has really nice thick foam, and it's just perfect. And like I mentioned, we tried different brands, and we tried different brands in that machine. But if you want to have like a really professional, you know, coffee shop latte, that's the one.
Yeah. That sounds yummy. We have Ella's Tasty World. Yes, my husband, who is not vegan and loves milk, tried Oatly for the first time, and we stopped buying regular milk now. Oh my god!
Nice.
Victory! Shout out to your husband, Ellis. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps here. All right, keep it coming. Keep all the good news coming. This is awesome. So let's go to our next topic while we wait for comments. So do you have any future projects that you want to share with us at this time? Anything that you're working on that you want to tell everybody about?
Yes, actually, I am working on a meal plan. And as I mentioned before, you know, we're living in a really busy life right now. And I even noticed by myself, when I don't cook, when I don't meal prep, I usually have some snacks, not really healthy snacks. You know, I'm going to eat like some chips or something. So a meal plan, I think it's amazing option for busy people. So you have nutritious food, you have delicious food, you always have something to eat, and you're not stressing out and not, you know, trying to reach for some unhealthy snacks. So that's my next plan. I'm actually start working already on it. I mean, it will take me probably a couple more weeks to finish. Yeah, but yeah, that's my goal. Meal plan prep.
Yeah, and did you share something on that, like in the last couple of days when you were doing some meal prep?
I do meal prep all the time for myself, so I usually always share like little bits of information what I do. But this one, I'm gonna like create the meal plan itself. I'm gonna do the recipes, I'm gonna do pictures, I'm gonna do like nutritional value. Everything's gonna be planned.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You know, because I'm obsessed with Instagram lives. I have to admit that. Okay, I'm really obsessed with them, and I'm in the audience a lot with others going on, and it is amazing the number of people who show up in the chat section and who say, Do you have any recipes? I don't know what to cook. Where do I start? And it's just amazing. So there are people out there who really want what you are creating, you know, because a lot of people, just like you said, they don't really have time, or they just don't feel like having to, you know, think about it very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and then I love meal prep because it honestly helps. But then like I have to sit, you know, for like for I don't know, sometimes for an hour and plan it. So right now I'm creating a meal plan for an entire month. So you can just go on the repeat, you know. So it's 4 weeks, and you can just, yes, you're gonna eat same food, but it's gonna be same food repeated once a month, you know. So you can just
Oh, it's
have this one meal plan
amazing.
and just go back and forward, back and forward. And I try. I'm not a, you know, nutritional professional, but I'm trying to do as much as variety of ingredients and as much as variety of meals itself, so you know you can get all those nutrients in.
Yes, and what I love too is that, you know, you are you know, including the nutrition element to it. So in other words, these are facts. It's not like you're saying, "Oh yeah, you know, here's what I suggest you eat,"
Mm-hmm.
and there are no numbers behind it. And that's what I really love. Like you're putting like the nutrients and the facts behind it, so that anyone who says, well, gosh, you know, like the question you said, you know, you brought up before, well, where to get your protein?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and you could say, well, hey, I'm hitting my protein numbers, I'm hitting my iron, I'm hitting
Exactly.
my calcium, you know, I'm getting my carbs and fats and, you know, everything, my proteins and everything. So don't worry, I'm good, I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to worry about anything, like you said.
I love that. Yeah. Ella's Tasty World said baby steps. Yeah, you're right. No, and that's what we were talking about earlier, like just like planting seeds, and you know, it might germinate and, you know,
Yeah,
transform into something, you know, down the road. Everyone isn't just overnight. So
yeah.
definitely.
And there is always a learning curve. Even though I give up eating meat overnight, I still make plenty of mistakes. You know, I forgot to mention, I forgot if it's chicken stock, you know, or is it veggie stock, or like I ate someone by accident. I forgot to read the label. There was milk already, and you know, it happened. And you know, it's a learning curve. We always, we all have to do that. Yeah.
And honestly, like you said, when I first decided, okay, that's it, I'm going vegan, now that I know that that really exists, and you know, people actually eat that way, that did happen to me as well, where it'd be like, oh boy, you know, there was milk in that, but you'd find out like afterwards, or you'd find out like while you're eating it, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, okay, it was an innocent, you know, situation, it was not, you know, intentional, you know, hey, let's just keep going, you know. And
Yeah.
you just learn, like you say.
Definitely, definitely. It takes time.
I agree. I agree. So kudos to you there, Alice Tasty World. Ivana, tell everybody, please, what are the best ways for people to contact you for information, collaboration, etc.?
You can just DM me for in my Instagram account. I always check in my messages. I always try to reply. And if I missed it, just don't freak out. Just send me a message again, because I might just missed it, you know, or forget to answer. But I always try to reply to all the messages in Instagram. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And so I want to thank you so much, Ivana, for taking the time to come on and talk with all of us, answering everybody's questions and comments. And so before we end today, I just want to ask you if there's anything else you want to say to just kind of wrap this all up for us and put a bow on it, please.
Well, I just want to say thank you for you for sure for having me here. It was really nice. I loved it. I am trying to you know, to do more like collaborations in this style, but I don't know. I just felt so nice, and I feel so relaxed with you. I think your energy just glows on me.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I think we covered pretty much all the questions, and I think Alex just said something.
Awesome. So we have Alex Borreco saying we are always open for collaborations too. So
Yeah.
don't hesitate, guys. You heard it here first. And Sydney is saying thank you both. Awesome. And Ellis Tasty, thank you. Looking forward to the vegan guide. Yeah. Well, you do have your vegan beginners guide already. Why don't you tell everybody how they can get that from you and where they can find that from you?
So there is a post, our previous one before, because we just posted. Oh, I think my phone is dying. There is a post of me like in a picture in the book. Alex took that picture, and there is all the rules how you can get that guide. So we did ask for a little favor from our followers back, because we've been doing this for quite a long time now, running this channel, and not with great results, to be honest. We're not that good in marketing, you know, so we are not
It's hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
we're not getting as much followers as we would like. So we did create this guide for free, and we just asked for a couple of favors. So you just need to follow us, like the post, and tag some person in it, and just let us know, and we're gonna give you the guide for free. So
Yes, yes, sorry. And I followed those instructions and I received a beautiful guide and I have it saved and I will be going through it. I already looked through it. I was like, wow, there's such nice graphics and such nice categories and, you know, just like different sections. And I'm like, man, this is nice. So
yeah,
kudos.
It took me a while to make that guide. I think I was writing it for almost a month. I was looking for inspiration.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job.
I tried to write it and I just couldn't, like, I don't know, I could not put words together. And once I was like lying down in bed, I already was trying to fall asleep, and then like I just couldn't fall asleep. All these thoughts keep coming to my head, and I literally open a laptop and I write 17 pages overnight.
No.
Yes.
Wow. You remind me of that expression where people say, like, everyone has a story inside of them. Mm-hmm. And the way you express that, to me, it's like this story, this vegan beginner's guide was like just trying to get out of you. You know, you wanted to share it with the world, and it's like, and it just all came out.
That happened, yeah. It was a lot of words, you know, so I tried to break it as much as possible so it's pleasant and easy to read, you know. So I tried to add like a bunch of pictures and stuff, so you don't have to like read like a newspaper or something.
No, I agree. And you really achieved your goal because, like I said, there's sections and there's graphics, you know, and it's not, you know, like you say, it's not like an encyclopedia, you know, so it's not like that, but it's just really, really well done. And I just say hats off to you for, you know, doing it. And I think people can get a lot out of it. So I would encourage anyone out there to contact, you know, Angry Broccoli Recipes and see, you know, see how you like it. Cause I think it's beautifully done.
Thank you so much, Angela. You're so sweet.
No. It's the truth. It's the truth. So I want to say thank you so much, Ivana. Thank you to your husband for those awesome photos and for your upcoming videos that you're going to be producing more of on YouTube and on Instagram and everywhere else. So and your plan, your meal plan. So I hope I catch when you launch that so I can share it in stories, because I super think like people can really benefit from it. I hear so many people who are just like totally confused, you know?
I will definitely announce it several times before I do it. It will take me probably a month to do it because we wanted to make it really pretty, kind of like what you saw in the guide. And we want to take a picture of every meal. So it's going to be a lot of dishes. It will take us probably a month or two to achieve that, but I will definitely let everyone know.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's not only for new vegans or new plant-based people, but I think it's also for people who have been, you know, living this way for a while, because sometimes we get stuck in a rut with the same recipes over and over and over again. And sometimes we need inspiration from someone else to say, hey, oh yeah, I never thought about that. You know, like that combination of ingredients.
That's true. That's a really good point.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say again, thank you so much, Ivana. I want to say thanks to everyone who joined live or on the replay. And I am going to save this live to IGTV, my feed and stories, and then I will message you after.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. Bye, you guys.
Thank you. Oh, we have a love here from Yoga Lash. Love Angry Broccoli.
Thank you.
Awesome. So again, thank you so much, Ivana. And thanks everybody for joining, and have a great day or evening, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.